Hi guys, thanks so much for stopping by. So today we'll be doing a soil review, and this is for Schultz Cactus, a palm and or a citrus potting mix or soil. I hope you enjoy my review. You're going to hit the like, subscribe, and of course the bell so you're notified every single time to upload a new video. All my social media accounts, including where you can get this, will be in the description section below, so do check that out. So this one, for whatever reason, online, you can't really see the ingredients. So I'm going to read the ingredients right here. It says the soil is regionally formulated with materials derived from one or more of the following: reed, sedge, peat, composted forest products, and or composted rice hulls, sphagnum peat moss, ground dolomitic limestone, it's a pH adjuster, and a wetting agent. A product may vary from region to region. So in the state of Georgia, this product contains 70 to 80% composted pine bark, sphagnum peat moss, ground dolomitic, I'm dyslexic so I apologize, limestone, and a wetting agent. In the state of California, this product contains composted forest products, sphagnum peat moss, ground dolomitic limestone, and a wetting agent. It doesn't specify the percentage. In the state of New Hampshire, this product contains reed, sedge, peat, sphagnum peat moss, ground dolomitic limestone, and a wetting agent. So I have used this. The reason that I started to use this was because my most favorite cactus soil is usually not very available because I only can get it on Amazon, which is the black gold. I recommend that soil all the time if you can get it. So there are times where it just, is kind of out of stock and just kind of hard to get sometimes. So I found this accidentally. I wasn't looking. I still had my black gold because I would stock up. And I tried to check it out, and I it's really, really great for me. So I have used this in succulents. And if you guys don't know, I got a ton of jades. If you've, watched my plant vlogs, I got a ton of jades now. So I've used this and it works beautifully. It's weird because it has got like a lot of moss in it, but it works really, really beautifully. I was really worried. I had a really bad experience with Miracle-Gro, and that one was kind of more muddier. I don't know what it is that they put in there. It just retains so much moisture. This one does have the limestone in there, so it does aerate the soil a lot. I've used this with jade. I've used this with certain plants like peperomias. I've used it with peperomias. I've used it with, with Myopelia peperomoides. I'm experimenting with other plants, but so far it is a way more superior product versus Miracle-Gro cactus palm citrus soil. It's almost or about the same as black gold. Black gold is still like a little bit higher in my personal opinion and scale. Like if you really want the top of the top and the best cactus soil, I would recommend that one. This is not a huge difference. If you can find this locally or on Amazon, and you can get it, go ahead and get it. I do recommend it. I do live in the Midwest, so just so you know, and I've never used this outside or put a potting soil outside in any way because all my indoor plants are always indoor year round unless they've been giving me problems during the winter, and I just leave them outside to die. And of course they taunt me and they come back to life. But anyway, going back to the Schultz soil. Love it. I would recommend using it for any palm plants. I use this for my Bismarck palm plant. I use this for all my jades. I'm trying to think. No, I was gonna say my my Thanksgiving cactus. Not true. Those are still in black gold. I haven't transplanted them. I don't need to. It's a succulent or semi-succulent or kind of a cactus anyway. So that one, just so you know, like succulents, you most of the time, except for my jades, their root system is really kind of not really heavily growing. So there's no really need to transplant as often. And I do feed my plants plant food every time I water, and I also supplement. So when I do that, you know, because people are always worried about like if there is any kind of nutrition coming from or nutrients coming from the soil anymore, but I always feed them, so it's okay for me. The only issue is if you don't transplant enough, sometimes the soil will have zero nutrients, and it could also not be aerating. This one, from my experience that I've noticed, I've used this for, I would say, about a year now, I think, or maybe a little bit more. And so far, every single plant that I've used this with, they don't really kind of clay up. They don't get really muddy and anything like that. So I do recommend this. This is not really available throughout the entire country. I've never seen this before until I moved to Indiana. I've never seen this in Illinois, and I still can't. Every time I go visit in Illinois, like family, I never see it there in big box stores. Never see it. So I tried it out, and it works out for me. If you are lucky enough in an area that you can find this and you want to check it out, I have tried it with palm, because palm, succulents, cactus, this is the type of soil that I would recommend to use, because they need something that is very high in aeration and won't really hold that much moisture. So this is what I use. I also have used this with my Monstera deliciosa. I have used this for my Monstera Carstinian. I'm sorry, I'm probably saying the wrong word, or Monstera Peru. I've also used this for my Monstera Adansoni. And hold on, I'll get her. So I've used this particular soil for my Monstera Adansoni. Here it is. And if you haven't seen her plant log, my little miss has already been featured in my channel. So anyway, it's not going to be about this plant, because that would be unfair of the review for the soil. From what I've noticed is that Monsteras, I was introduced and advised to use cactus soil for Monstera, and so my Monstera deliciosa was my first Monstera. I was experimenting because that's like the basic I would expect. So I was experimenting with that. And I did use an all-purpose potting soil to begin with. After, I think, 8 months or 6 months, I had to transplant my Monstera because she was getting really, really big really quickly. So when I did that, I used the Schultz Cactus soil. And I transplanted her a few months ago. And I do hope she can stay in that pot, because it's like a 22 inch pot. I hope she stays there for like at least a year to 2 years, because she's massive. And yeah, I don't know, I don't know the kind of size of a pot I can put her in next time. But anyway, I used this one, and I think I used like 4 bags. I'm not really sure. So generally, rule of thumb, if the plant doesn't need to be watered very often, is usually the type of plant that supposedly needs to dry out, like succulents and Monstera deliciosas or other Monsteras, peperomias. Then I use cactus soil for that. Like peperomias, I don't water very often, and when I use this soil, if it's in a smaller pot, like a 6-inch pot, rule of thumb for me, I usually wait about 1/8 to 1/4 inch to be dry like sand, that when I twirl my fingers on the top layer, it's all completely like sand and doesn't stick to my skin. It's not damp or wet or moisture in any way. 8-inch pot, I would say it can go from 1/2 inch to 1 inch, depending on the plant's needs. For, I think the next size up for my pots are 12 after 8. 12, it would probably be 1 to 1/2 inch, depending on the plant again. For my Monstera deliciosa, which is in a 20 to 22 inch, I think 20-inch pot, that I wait about 1 to 2 inches to get it dry. And I use this because I didn't it wasn't available for me, the black gold. I would say if I were to compare this one to black gold, this holds a little bit more moisture versus the black gold. And the difference from what I've noticed just comparing two of the same plants is that the black gold definitely will just flush all the water off, and you will have to water more frequently. And the other kind, like this, will hold a little bit more. This is kind of like in between black gold and Miracle Grow. But if the scale is this, right, and this is Miracle Grow, and this is black gold, I would say Schultz is probably like here. Yeah, in quality and performance. Yeah, Miracle Grow is pretty bad. I do not recommend. So I give it a 5 out of 5 stars, 2 thumbs up. Highly recommend this soil if you are fortunate enough to find it locally. It's not very easy to find online, but I will try to link it down below. And if you can't, black gold is definitely still a great soil to use for your succulents, your palms, your citrus, your peperomias. What else do I use it with? My jade, my peperomias, Monstera deliciosas. Yeah. So if you guys have any questions, you want to talk about this particular soil from your personal experience, let me know down in the comment section below. I love hearing from you guys all the time. If you want to share how you use this particular soil, if you like it, disliked it, you love it, you hate it, let me know down in the comment section below, and also what kind of plants you love, what kind of plants you have used this with would be helpful as well. Thank you guys, and I'll see you guys again next time. Bye.